5 points were there for CSR non-financial targets and 5 points were there for sustainable development. So no organization will like not to spend the money allocated on CSR because it will otherwise also adversely affect the earning of the employee in the form of PRP, performance related pay. If you will lose your 10 points, definitely the grading of the organization will not be excellent, so you will not get your PRP, performance related pay, as per that. So that was the first time when the DP has made it a policy that all the public sector undertakings must allocate a fund towards the CSR budget and spend that amount to get the excellent grading in MOU. After that, the stage come of sustainability, because earlier was the age of CSR. When CSR started, everyone will agree with me that we used to go to the schools and distribute the book. We adopt certain number of students and give scholarship to them. We go and organize a medical camp. We go and distribute the medicines, eye camp and all was there. But after that, it was a target that sustainability, 5 points were sustainability. So I am talking about my organization. We were having the MOU target that these number of ladies toilet you will have to do, these number of maternity center you will have to do, these number of your birth shelter you will have to develop. Only then that 5 points of sustainability will be covered in your case. India is the first country to have legal provisions about the CSR budget, because CSR provision. But again, I will tell you it's not mandatory on part of any of the business house or corporate, because it is a Gandhiwad. You have to implement these CSR provisions. But if you will not implement it, then you will have to mention in your annual report that why you have not been able to spend the 2% amount as fixed under section 135 of the Companies Act. What were the reasons? So I don't think that any sensible company will like to communicate to the people that we could not spend 2% amount for your welfare, because what will be the credibility and acceptability of that company in the eyes of the common people? Because you will have to live in the society only. You have to live in the society only, because the 3P has been already been discussed. So my concept was also that profitability will only come when you will have the equilibrium with the planet and the people, because people have been empowered. It's not like the days of 1947 or 62 or something like that. It is 2014 and 15. People have been empowered. They have been sensitized. They know what their rights and duties. I want to share with you, when I was doing my MBA, fortunately I was doing my project work with Bata India Limited. When I was visiting, I saw that the entire Teneri West water was thrown in the Ganga river. Is it possible today? Can Bata India today can do like that? No, because the people have been sensitized. They know what is wrong and what is right for them. So definitely they will do like that. So I was talking about the DPE guidelines. The DPE guidelines was there like that, that if your profit is up to 100 crores, 3 to 5% you will do. If your profit is from 100 crores to 500 crores, then 2 to 3% you will do. Now, when your profit is more than 500 crores, then you have board of directors. It has been left with the board of directors to take a decision whether they will have allocation of the CSR fund at the rate of 0.5% to 2%. So it was left on the board. It was very confusing stage also. Anyone can do anything. But by passing of the amended Companies Act and the provisions of 135, it has clearly laid down, as was discussed earlier also, that under section 135 subsection 7, the 10 parameters have been shown where what the companies are supposed to spend the money, and those spends will only be acceptable as a CSR spend. Otherwise, that the beauty was there earlier also. The CAG was authorized to have the audit of the CSR fund, and will have to give a remark to whether the CSR fund has been spent as per the provisions or not. So all the checks and balance are there. I am talking, or people were talking about the houses to all the people till 2020. I am asking you one question: the amount of money spent on Indira Awas, if all those money would have gone in constructing the houses, I don't think that anyone in India will have without the roof. Because everyone appreciates that. Lot of money is going to the drains and all. So people will have to be sensitized, and sensitization will come by the process of the CSR only. Sir, I have been left with time or no? Okay then, thank you.
Chairs the sessions with extremely impolite and it doesn't give a good feeling to say no. But anyway, thank you so much.
Right.
Both the speakers to express what they wanted to say. And
if you permit, the slides can be done.
Oh yes, I assume.
Mr. Goel, Dr. Gupta, Mr. Sinha Singh, and my lot of colleagues present here, friends from the industry, and ladies and gentlemen. See, I know we are short of time, and I'm conscious of the fact. So first glitch is over. Hitachi is talking to Panasonic, and I work for Panasonic. So we do a lot of activity on CSR, and of course rural area is one area where we all can contribute. I also had few slides on the Companies Act. Being a company secretary, I thought I'll share the procedural part of it, but I think that is not required, so we can all skip these slides. Let us come straight to I think you might be interested in board role and board procedures, because I think not only the company, the committee has to be formed, CSR committee, and CSR policy has to be announced by the company. I think this part was not touched so far. And of course the CSR policy should carry the things which are mentioned in Schedule 7 of the Act, and that is quite elaborate, giving various areas where the money can be spent. And of course, disclosure part is already discussed, so I come straight to what Panasonic is doing about CSR. Well, anything which has to be implemented has to have a strategy. And I think if you are spending money, why not take advantage of that? Government has already told the corporate sector to spend 2%, but you can very well align it with your corporate brand image, with your corporate objectives, with the area where you are located. One of the provision also says that you have to spend the money in the periphery of the area where you are located. So it's a very good, so to say, customer-friendly approach. And corporates work for whom? Customer. And who is our customer? Everybody who is in our surrounding area. So CSR is not only philanthropic, it can be converted into a corporate opportunity, and corporate communication section of the company and the secretarial department, and of course the finance guys, we can work together to convert into a strategy. And of course, organizational ownership must be there. So we must prioritize the core areas where we need to invest in, and of course, these days a lot of interface agencies are available who are willing to take, money from you and work for you. Because sometimes if you are, suppose, a pharmaceutical company or for an electronic company, you may not be having that kind of manpower or skill to implement the CSR projects. So there are organizations available. You can outsource this to those organizations who are actually doing good work in the ground level, and of course, a lot can be done. Now, Panasonic, what we have done is we have used this initiative towards community empowerment. Now, when we talk about community empowerment, that means right from the birth of a child, or even before the birth of the child, to his or her development to the youth level. So we started a scheme called Swasthya Parihari. This is with the Jubilant Bhartiya Foundation. Jubilant has been doing a lot of work on CSR even before it became mandatory. So we kind of aligned with them. We studied that they are doing good work, so we have outsourced. So health education and counseling is one area. Then, of course, there is a lot of immunization and postnatal care which is being done in rural areas. Then, of course, we are supporting various education programs like Muskan for health, for livelihood, and of course technical literacy by the name of Nai Disha, and of course life skill education also. And this is turning out to be a holistic way of improving the entire village, improving the entire area which we take. Of course, every corporate cannot take very huge area, but I think the suggestion of the ministry also is that you must adopt the area which is around you so that inclusive growth can happen. And let me share my original experience in China, for example. They allot a land to multinationals in areas where there is no industrialization. And they tell them that now you have to even employ the people from this area, you have to work in this area. So this model can be really worked for the overall inclusive growth, which in the morning our minister was also talking about. And I'll just give you what we did in 2014. We started e-school activity. Then there was an Arogya activity where we had the mobile vans going to various villages. A lot of patients were attended to. It's a very dedicated effort, but Panasonic has taken lead in that. Then, of course, Swabhiman, which is a vocational training course, which we all have been talking about since morning, and Shakti, which is available for women empowerment. Because I think if we have to grow as a nation, even Prime Minister said, the ladies of the nation have to be empowered, they have to be educated. So Panasonic has taken a lead in that, and we are kind of helping in our own small way in this project. And then Rati Chhatra. The other very important thing which we noticed, and I also visited few villages, is that there are a lot of talented boys and girls, but they do not get the opportunity to go to IITs, or they do not get the opportunity to get the education. Of course, technology we understood, but for using the technology you need money. So the scholarship schemes we launched for the boys and girls who are really talented, and Panasonic even adopted few, although that cannot be purely CSR. We are creating our own football team where we are catching young boys even at the age of 7-8 years, and we are trying that India should win an Olympic medal. So we are trying to build them for future football players. So this way corporates can do a lot of activities where we can contribute, and we have a slogan called "A Better Life, A Better World." So we really follow that, and we are doing that in true spirit and committing to making contribution to Indian society. Of course, many things Panasonic has done. So thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, sir. I think I'm much within the time permitted to me. Thank you so much.
Panel, Asima Singh, Assistant Professor, Dr. Durgesh Tiwari, Dr. Ramesh Kumar Sharma, and Dr. Bharat Kumar. Please come on the dais to honor our panelists.